so. The sound or not. Okay. The second. Oh, I didn't even. Oh shit, I didn't even actually set the most important part. Not exactly the most important part, but one of them. Just gonna see. Wow. Rightful. Magnificent. I am so loud. Ah, did it? Oh. Oh, so if I. Ah, it's annoying. My internet is not fair. Yeah. Music seems to be good. Second. Is down, bottom jaw, top skull. Yes, that's bone. this one. I do not intend of making. Next possible. Oh. Say please. No. You got the same. What was at least 1 minute? Just moving this just so I can do something. Is this really just it's not really supposed to be anything. This is not trying to actually make us think. This is a maintenance. I'm testing the Freze because I cannot write Freze properly. Introducing prochaine. Seems to not be feeling. Alright for now. So just just I was just watching and I just opened OBS to see it. I've just seen that someone said cheap viewers or whatever the fuck. Like, come on. Who buys that anyway? Because I was about to say I'm watching YouTube. Actually, I really do have. Why am I here? I should be there on the phone.
Birds on
I
my
am
YouTube channel.
actually
Birds
watching
are the
YouTube
brain of
like
my existence.
actively.
I just can't sculpt their little tiny peak faces. They always end up like either adorable Moana style chickens or nightmare fuel.
No, but
There
like
is no so I really want a cute
before that I was
little
watching.
sparrow thing.
I
We're gonna
watched
see
this
what happens.
three.
We're gonna turn this little lump of clay
What was that? I
hopefully
didn't
something
watch this.
magical.
I watched this later. I watched
I'm
all of this.
sending out the
I did
vibes.
this a bit earlier.
Bird.
Watch
Okay.
Iron Mouse. Iron
First
Mouse is
tinfoil, okay.
incredible. Watch
You
this.
want small
I need to watch
bird,
it.
small bird vibes.
I actually didn't watch it. Just open my phone. I watched this. Got that very
This
fun.
guy is still not done.
He posts a video once in the blue moon.
No. He's gonna be able to
But he
hold
does
it.
post it. I've missed it. I was watching. I'll let you
Chickens or
know
nightmare
if I
fuel. There is no in between.
Also, my OBS looks like this. Because you were wondering. Hey! Visiting Pinito to see. Hey! How are you doing? Once again, this is not exactly a real stream. It's just so I can test if it freezes or not. I'm also actually doing stuff, so that don't know if that makes sense. Currently I have OBS in front of my of my drawing software. Oh. I hear myself in below, which is great. Oh. Yeah. That's not something great. If you have a headache, you probably shouldn't be there. Like, I think you should actually like go to sleep, take some paracetamol, and just nap. Like, really. If you're feeling bad, if you're actually just feeling bad, just go to sleep. I won't mind, I'm not gonna go after you or anything like that. I just found a way to watch the thing, but actually when I click this, it becomes invisible, which is annoying. But yeah, though, if you got an headache, really go to sleep and sleep. No. Well, I got. If I didn't like Never Gonna Give You Up so much, I think I would have reacted much differently. I think I would have reacted to the Never Gonna Give You Up gift much harder. But yeah, if you prefer to just come vibe here for a bit while having your head fighting you, I am honored to be the person you choose to entertain you tonight. I'm very grateful, and I'm still watching YouTube on the side. Also, I want to point out the fact that because I find this pretty funny, so I want to say, but for the moment, this maintenance stream seems to be more entertaining than the two last streams, and I think this is fun. I shouldn't find this fun, but I do. But it's much like the upper ones, which is bugging me. But I'm just gonna angle this. Also, I had another TTS pet ID, which is a bad idea on itself because I am having another idea before having done the first thing. Just it like this. These things look absolutely terrible. Also, I changed a bit the inclination. 15 degrees instead of 30, which is so much better. Inside. Why is it outside? Middle? Inside. Is it smaller too? These are a bit different. This is strange. Not sure I really want to copy this because I don't really like them. So I'm just gonna. And this is supposed to be a reference, so not. Yeah, I can just do it like this. This one too looks oddly normal. And now I can get rid of this. So what color is this? I knew it. Oh, I just realized I was right. Oh, I am a moron. I am a moron. This was what I was supposed to show. This is what you're supposed to see. This is not what you were saying for the past 5 to 10 minutes. To show you and that these are the symmetries for the phone. I'm noticing something that I do not appreciate very much. That. You may have no idea what I just did, but I do. I do, and I feel so much better. Yeah, go on, not me. Not me, I am a moron, I decide. Oh. Wait, did the chat just not show up? I think at this time of the day my brain is just slowing down a bit. Yes, maybe that. My brain is so slow now, it's almost the same speed as a normal person's brain. So just wondering something. I believe these are slightly inclined for or not checking with our own. Yes. Yeah, with the length of the test, it's actually a bit normal as a space. Right. Remember, this little guy is one day gonna make you able to speak directly to me with the chat. I think you just make it so that you just have to write some TTS, just to write your message and just browse. My voice is rough. This is a maintenance stream, so I do care, but I'm gonna face him up. One, two, yeah, actually count stuff. 6, 7. Just realizing that I've been drawing backwards. Or sometimes. I don't know how long, but I've been drawing backwards. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 6. 1, 2, 3, 6. I do count the pixels. This is not even pixel art. This is just me being some kind of psychopath. And listen to drama. Yeah. Ah, Wolfie VGC. VGC. This is good. This is good stuff. I like Pokemon. Yeah, I don't care. This is what I watch.
And every time I feel like I'm surprised by how difficult it is to answer, this one might have been the hardest one thus far. I feel like there aren't that many ghost type Pokemon compared to the other types, but despite that, this was the list where I had the most trouble cutting it down. Turns out that Ghost is just one of the best types in the game, both defensively and offensively, and so even though ghost type Pokemon tend to have some pretty obvious weaknesses, there's still so many good ones that I was really struggling to make this list. Normally for the series, I talk about 8 of the best Pokemon, and then mention some honorable mentions. This time I'm going to talk about 10. I just couldn't leave some of these Pokemon off because it just wouldn't be fair to them. There were even some more niche ghost type Pokemon that I wanted to talk about in this video, like Mischievous. Now it has a tournament appearance, but I just can't justify it because there's so many good ghost type Pokemon. So starting with number 10, let's talk about one of the most infamous ghost types of all time, Shedinja. Not Shedinja, okay? I'm serious this time. Shedinja is a bug and ghost type Pokemon that may look familiar if you've watched my best bug type video, but if you haven't, here's what you missed. The main thing that makes Shedinja extraordinary is its ability Wonder Guard, which prevents it from taking damage from anything unless it's a super effective attack. It can also take damage from passive effects like Burn or Sandstorm or something like that. Shedinja's funny because it only has 1 HP, so any attack will knock it out unless it's holding the Focus Sash, in which case you need 2 attacks. But it's actually very threatening because a lot of Pokemon just can't damage Shedinja because it only has 1 HP, so any attack will knock it out unless it's holding the Focus Sash, in which case you need 2 attacks. But it's actually very threatening because a lot of Pokemon just can't damage Shedinja. The main appeal of Shedinja is often in the restricted formats where powerful restricted legendary Pokemon are usable, and some of these Pokemon, such as like Kyogre or Zacian or Xerneas, they can't actually damage Shedinja at all, so it kind of lets you play to this win condition where if you get rid of the Pokemon that can damage Shedinja, then yeah, the little ghost bug just beats the entire team. I brought Shedinja to a tournament myself way back in the day. Well, it was like 2019. It wasn't that back in the day. A couple of years ago, I guess, at this point. And there were definitely games where I would go down to my last Pokemon. My opponent would have 3 left, but I'd have taken out the counter to Shedinja, so I would just win the game. Shedinja's fun, although a little gimmicky, but it's a really difficult Pokemon to use because there's just no real room for error. Like a single wrong move or a misprediction and you can lose Shedinja like immediately. Despite that, it's a really terrifying Pokemon to go up against, so I think it will have play in the future, though thankfully not in Scarlet and Violet. I know it's kind of like overdone at this point, but the thought of Terra Electric, Air Balloon Shedinja, or even something even more, I don't know, evil, is just, it would be probably legitimately game ruining. It is funny that out of all the Pokemon not in Scarlet and Violet, Shedinja is like actually the scariest. Okay, coming in at number 9 is Aegislash. It might be pronounced Aegislash, but that feels stupid to me, so I'm gonna call it Aegislash. And if you're mad about it, I don't know, I'm sorry. Aegislash is a steel and ghost type Pokemon that, just like Shedinja actually, has a very unique ability that completely changes how it plays. It's kind of 2 Pokemon in one because it has 2 different forms. There's the shield form and the blade form. And Aegislash switches between the forms when it uses a damaging move to go into sword form or the shield to go into the shield form. The stats change very drastically. They basically invert, where Aegislash in the sword form hits really hard but is really frail. And then in the shield form, it's like extremely tanky but doesn't hit very hard at all. When Aegislash debuted, it was one of the top Pokemon. It has one of the best typings in the game as a Steel and Ghost type Pokemon. Actually, Steel was nerfed the generation that Aegislash released, and I have a feeling that it was because Aegislash would have been too powerful if it hadn't been the case. Where Steel used to resist both Ghost and Dark, but in X and Y it lost those resistances, and like I said, I think Aegislash was probably part of the reason for that, though the Fairy typing also probably played a role as well. Aegislash was so strong that it actually received a nerf going into Sword and Shield, where it lost, it doesn't look like that big a deal because it only lost 10 points in its defenses, but the thing is that it loses the 10 points in its defenses when it's in shield form, and it loses those same 10 points in its offenses when it's in sword form. Actually, losing them out of both offenses is a pretty big deal because Aegislash often ran both physical and special moves. You could do like Shadow Ball Flash Cannon, but you could also use Shadow Sneak. Some people would run like Sacred Sword. Like, it was a really versatile Pokemon. Oh yeah, also Aegislash's signature move, King Shield, which changes it from blade form to shield form. If you hit it with a contact move, you get your attack lowered by 2 stages, and so it was really hard to play against Aegislash with certain Pokemon because you'd go to attack it with King Shield, and then yeah, you would just have your attack cut in half. So it's a really dangerous move, and it's quite strong. Anyway, Aegislash was one of the top threats throughout all of Generation 6 and X and Y, and then Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. It was a really good, consistent Pokemon because the typing is good, the stats are incredible, and the move pool is good as well. And then it was still like a good Pokemon the following years. I'm actually wondering if maybe I should have had Aegislash higher up because I was looking through results, and it actually did pretty well throughout like the following year's Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon as well. I forgot about this, but I won a regional with it back in 2018 on my Mega Charizard X team, so that was fun. And it actually got a little bit of play in 2020 as well before the pandemic shut down events. Aegislash was this kind of more niche tool that a couple people were using and had some decent success with. The fact that Aegislash is this low should tell you about the quality of Pokemon above it. It's one of the coolest Pokemon, and even though we haven't seen it do well in a couple years at this point, I'm sure it'll pop up again because it's just incredibly strong. Alright, coming in at number 8 is a more recent addition to the Pokemon pool, it's Goldango. Goldango's incredibly strong, and just as a disclaimer, the reason that I don't have it higher up is that when Pokemon have been out for only 1 year or less, or like maybe in this case a little over a year, I sometimes have trouble knowing how to rank them because obviously like how good a Pokemon is partially dependent on like how they hold up against the Pokemon around them, and for Goldango it's just hard to judge because it hasn't been out for that long. That being said, I think that Goldango could absolutely climb several spots to end up way higher on a list like this in the future, but since I'm making this about halfway through Goldango's second year of being legal, I just don't really think that it's fair to put it any higher until we've seen more from it. Does that make sense? Are people gonna get mad at me? Probably. Let's continue. Goldango is similar to Aegislash in that it has both a broken ability and the exact same typing and a broken signature move.
You're in Kirby twice. You were in Kirby twice. And my YouTube video. Both at once. Seems like everything is going alright. Just gonna check real quick. I think I'm not sure about it, but I am highly suspecting it. I think Wild is at fault. I think it's Wild's fault. Like, honestly, in all honesty, I believe this is that. I skipped keys. The whole tools. Just gonna put pixel here so it makes me mad when I come back. That is all for tonight. Unfortunately. It was quite pleasant actually. I cannot expect doing that. Maybe next stream will be a drawing stream. I don't almost hit the 1 hour mark. You know what? I don't really. I want I just want the VOD too. But for this one, it's actually. Usually I don't care about the eating time lapse or whatever. A friend who streams a lot did tell me that eating the 1 hour mark was better. Oh, this is actually interesting. So you know what? Yeah. Putting the sound of Kirby out of its misery. And like that, it's also for me for the freezing, like it allows me to see some additional stuff, which is actually useful to me. So for the next 7 minutes, I'm just gonna wrong video.
For almost
Still, where is it? Where is it? I was watching it. This is not where did it go? How did I lose it? Okay, it's here.
using max Phantasm, which also lowered the defense stats of whatever it hit. Dragapult could also use max Airstream to get a speed boost, and of course max Wormwind to lower opponent's attacks as well. Dragapult's signature move is funny. It shoots 2 Dreepies at the opponent. It's called Dragon Darts. It's not that good, but it's also not that bad either. Like basically the Dreepies are smart targeting, which is cool. So if one Pokemon protects, both Dreepies will hit the other Pokemon. But if each of the Dreepies hits one of the opponent's Pokemon, then the damage is a little underwhelming. I thought the Dragapult was going to be pretty bad in Scarlet and Violet because it lost access to Dynamax, but it almost won the World Championships, and it won the North American International Championships as well, using a Choice Band set that actually used the move Terra Blast with Terra Ghost to maximize damage and kind of work as like a pseudo Dynamax move. Dragapult was like a lot frailer without Dynamax, but because it was so fast and it hit so hard and you couldn't really lower its attack stat very easily, and it was paired with Chen Pao who could lower the defense stats, it could just output unholy amounts of damage, like just truly messed up levels of damage. It's not a Pokemon that was ever like mainstream in Scarlet and Violet, but the fact that it has such strong performances, despite the fact that it wasn't used all that much, I think is really impressive. How good Dragapult will be in the future is in large part dependent on how easy it is for it to get a physical ghost type move, but I think that there's a chance that it could still be good again in the future because it has a lot of things going for it. Okay, coming in at number 4, I went really back and forth on which of the Pokemon should be number 4 versus which should be number 3. People might be mad at me about this, but I think it's fair. Coming in at number 4 is Calyrex Shadow. The reason why I'm not putting it higher is because Calyrex Shadow has not been around as long as the next closest Pokemon in the number 3 slot. No spoilers, you're gonna have to, don't skip ahead, you're gonna have to wait and see. And so even though Calyrex Shadow is, you could argue it is like the strongest Pokemon of all time in terms of raw power, in terms of like the history of ghost type Pokemon and how good they've been over the years, I don't think that I can put it any higher. Calyrex Shadow is a ghost and psychic type Pokemon, which isn't great typing, but it makes up for it in a number of other ways. Remember how we were like, oh yeah, Dragapult's faster than like anything, you know, specifically kitted out to be super fast, like Regieleki or Deoxys Speed? Well, Calyrex is faster. Calyrex is actually the fastest restricted Pokemon. It's even faster than Zacian, which is just kind of messed up because Calyrex also has 2 abilities. Not only does it shut down all opposing berries, your opponent can't eat any of their berries when Calyrex is on the field, but also every single time that Calyrex gets a knockout, it also gets a special attack boost. This doesn't seem fair to me, especially when you consider that they gave it a signature move called Astral Barrage, which is as strong as Kyogre's Origin Pulse, but never misses. Also, Ghost is a great offensive type. It's very difficult to resist it. Normally when a Pokemon is like really fast, it has some like obvious weakness in its stats otherwise, but they kind of just skip that with Calyrex. It has respectable defenses and very high special attack stat. As if
I think it's just be me watching the video because I don't give a fuck. I just want to watch it. And I don't want to do actual stuff. Like I think that would be the laziest choice ever. If I ever do that, I think you can just scream at me so I stop doing it. Like right now, first of all, we're like halfway in the video and I'm speaking over the video, so you don't see the video title if I put that here, so I'm gonna put that there. What is the best ghost type Pokemon? Wolfie VCG. I'm making sure you can see it. It's right here. It's right here. Right here. You see it? You see it? You see it?
all this weren't bad enough, Calyrex can also make itself even stronger without getting KOs by using moves like Nasty Plot and Calm Mind. Putting this whole package together makes Calyrex like arguably like one of the strongest Pokemon of all time, period. Calyrex is only introduced towards the middle of Sword and Shield, and it has only been legal for 1 full year. Compare this to Goldengo, who's basically been legal actually slightly longer, and that should like give you some idea of how high I'm putting Calyrex relative to my normal standards. Because Calyrex has only been legal for basically one year and a couple months, more or less. That being said, the year that it was legal, it won the North American International Championships and the World Championships. And recently, you know, Scarlet and Violet, initially people thought it was going to be like, oh, like really like good, like best Pokemon of the game, and then the games launched and Calyrex like did really bad and people were like, oh, it's washed. At the time I'm recording this, it just recently won a regional championships.
Okay, I see.
Saucé à l'italienne. Barilla al bronzo, les pâtes parfaites pour la scarpetta.
But I like making people
Check
sad,
video.
so I won't.
I don't know when this video will come out. The current date is May 31st, so maybe Calyrex
This is video, but I think I think I'm being lazy and impolite enough for today. So I'm just gonna end the maintenance stream. It was much longer than expected. Like, it was not supposed to. I thought it would like half an hour or so. Like, this is actually good for me because this gives me more testing room to see if everything is going fine or not. I'm moving the mouse around very fast, so I've got frames to look at, despite it being a literal timer moving all the time. So yeah, like, follow, subscribe. I do not care, this is a maintenance stream. You're not even supposed to be there. It's not even a real stream, I'm not doing shit. I am tired. I have math to do tomorrow. I've got 3 hours of math. But I've got a 10 on the math class, so actually that's kind of fire. I kind of like it. Anime girls, boobs, great. My brain is not melting, it is melted. Which side is it? Yeah, didn't load the site. Wait. I stopped it. I accidentally stopped it. What button was it that I clicked? Did I click the division? What did I click? What the fuck did I click? Oh, we hit the 1 hour mark with the timer, which I did. Personally, I want to hit the 101 because I am autistic and I have very low humor expectancy. This is becoming an emote. I am gonna make that into an emote. I hate 101. Now I can stop it. I think it's like this. No. Fuck. Yeah. How do I? Oh wait, no, this is. Oh. Oh, this is dot. No. Anyway. You know what, I'm just gonna cut this stream and say, you know what, I'm still gonna say to bye-bye because I like to say it. Because I'm still autistic. Otherwise I wouldn't be a chibi anime girl with big boobs. I think now that's just being a pervert, I believe. I should stop talking, I'm so tired. I am very tired. I didn't want to do this maintenance now, but I remember that I couldn't do it tomorrow, and the day after is the day I actually stream. Blah, 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 blah. Too much words, I do not like speaking. I enjoy sounding like a creaking chair. Good night, because it is almost 11 PM. It is 22:54 where I am, because I am in UTC+2. And I have a desire to not look forward because I'm tired. Good night. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye.